Axie Infinity is constantly evolving and changing, and today we have yet another update to Axie Origins. This one has just deployed a couple of hours ago. We're gonna go through what has changed and jump into one game. So the game will be down for updates, blah blah. Arena mode, players that go first will once again be able to use attack cards on the first turn, but they have removed the disarm turn 1. So no longer defensive cards. We'll see how that affects meta. In my opinion, it's more useful to have attack cards now rather than defensive cards. This was originally posted. Okay, this was with inaccurate information. We should have accurate information right here. So they have introduced a scaling system for energy as well as card draw. So the player who's going first will gain 1 energy and draw 3 cards. The player who goes second gets 2 energy, 4 cards. And then the player who went first gains 2 energy and draws 5 cards. So it's a scaling system going from 1 energy and 3 cards all the way to 3 energy and 5 cards. So they've made the following changes to shield and secrets as well. When playing a secret, your opponent will not know that you played the card at all. Now that is a little bit better, because what they had in the previous iteration was that you would know that someone played a secret. And what does that do for the game? Well, you can just click through all of the Axies, see which one have a secret. Usually 1 or 2 will have a secret, and you have like a 50 or 100% chance that you know what he has played exactly. So that, making it hidden, making less information available to the players is actually better for the game, because you're working with limited information. Therefore better players can make better judgment calls and rise to the top quicker, just like poker works. All cards with a shield on them will be treated as a secret and follow the above rule. Now whoa. Hey, finally a good change, eh? So yeah, that works. So you no longer have a face up card. In terms of a shield, he will only find out when he attacks you that you play the shield. Now, this is moving in a better direction. I can imagine this being a good change when you attack and you run into shields, but then again, charms which have targeting can actually become better now. Okay, this is a good change. We'll see how that works out in the game, but I think this is a good change. Shield will be entirely hidden from your opponent until the Axie is hit. Okay, so when you hit, it reveals. That's good as well. Opponent's info, available energy, number of cards in each pile, formerly displayed in the top right, is now hidden. Again, a good change. Well done. Well done to the team. You know, you can shit on them all you want, but when they make a good change, you need to give them their credit. And I think those 2 changes, very, very good changes. Previously, with that disarm round 1, not a good change, not a good, questionable. But these 2 look like a step in the right direction. Hope you guys agree with me, but we'll see how that works out in the game. UI improvements as well, we'll look at those. Blood Moon now starts on turn 17, yet again going up, making sure that the games last longer. But then again, some teams are not as viable now. Some teams like the Wall Gecko, probably not as viable, and making sure that the Zoo team survives longer as well. Multi-hit and AoE attack now hit all targets simultaneously, which is again a very good change for the speed of the game. Rather than waiting for Purge to hit 4 times, it just attacks all at once. Now let's see at the bug fixes. Multi-hit attacks no longer target dead enemies, again a good change. Players were receiving the incorrect amount of victory stars. Yeah, I could never move out of Tiger 4. Like, I won 10 games in a row and I was still in Tiger 4. Regenerator will now correctly cleanses 2 debuffs. Okay, I might be back to my reptile. The cards that use all available energy can no longer be played if the user has 0 energy. Changed Axie standing position so the end turn button does not block them. Again, a very good change. Let's look at the UI improvement and see what has changed here. You can now equip runes and charms directly from your inventory. Good. I'm just cutting that extra step. The equip button will only show up if the item has still unequipped versions available. Okay, so just quality of life changes. A list of Axies that are compatible with the selected rune will show up as well. You can replace them. Notification for ranked game rewards as well. Good. You can claim all of those, which is necessary from when we have crafting, which is in the next phase. And with all that being said, I think it's time to jump into one of the games. No, not that game. This is the game that we want to jump into. And when it comes to the team, I think we want to have a team that has a regenerator, because not only does it cleanse 2 buffs, it also has a regenerator rune which heals you. Now, because there's a scaling system, your Axie will be safe for the first couple of rounds, because they simply can't kill you. They don't have enough energy, they don't have enough cards. So I think going for something like the Bumpy. Now, Bumpy, I would need to actually put a retainer on my Bumpy. Because if I go first, then I cannot play this card. Unless... no, I would have to put a retainer on it. Let's try this then. So let's go for a retain here. And then max HP as well. Now that is sorted. We can go for... I think we're gonna go for Puffy backlane, just because I like him. Puffy backlane. And then just the Gaia's Force Pumpkin. Let's see what we can go for. Pumpkin, Rosebud. How much time do I want to buy is the question. I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure how good this is. Just a team that I want to come up with and see how the mechanics work right now. The team that we go up against is a triple Aqua team, because why not? 476 health at the front, and I do have a Blossom together with a Clover, so I'm gonna play that on the back lane and make sure that I get as many leaves as I can. Now my opponent has 2 energy, right? So we'll see what he can make out of that. I do have a leaf, I do have a regenerator, so I should be fine here. And turn number 2, we can do a bunch of things. We can go for the Bumpy, we can go for some damage, and I think going for the damage is the better call here. And the reason for this is because I want to not lose my little crab. Now, what is the best attack here? It can be a serious, it can be a jelly tackle. I think jelly tackle just deals a little bit more. Oh, 150 from the Koi, 120 from the Oranda. How does he have so much energy? There's 2 bubbles on each Axie and he still has 4 energy to play. I thought my regenerator is going to survive a little bit longer, but that seems to not be the case. So what can I really do here? Looks like absolutely nothing is the answer to that question. So I'm going to go for Tiny Dino and play the Puff as well, which deals a little bit of damage, but nothing major really. So not the best of teams. I think I need to put a little bit of a defensive to my regenerator at the front. Either play with a Wool Gecko that has innate. I think Wool Gecko with an innate and a regenerator can actually be quite decent to have that right at the start. You can see how much damage. Triple Aqua is just always good. You cannot put this team out of the game. It's just always good. Look, one-shotting my plant. I have 4 leaves on it, and yet again it doesn't do that much. Now I can heal it, but what good does that do? Do I almost kill it? No, only 54. He does have the double bubble setup. I think that's necessary. Maybe when I play the reptile at the front, I want a double bubble as well, while also having leaves and a regenerator. Maybe it's actually better to play that reptile on the mid lane and just play an Aqua at the front lane, so it does have Heart of the Ocean as well. Maybe that's going to be something that I want to do. We'll see, we'll experiment, but so far the scaling system doesn't feel like it's doing that much towards the whole game, because there's only a couple of turns at the start. What it will do is make sure that a lot more strategies are viable, because you can no longer kill an Axie turn 1 round. Right, so what I did mess up with this team is I forgot that baby is a thing, and I didn't put a retain on a baby, so my Puffy is actually quite tragic. So yeah, let's just end this game right here. I think there's not too much good that's gonna come out of this game, because I messed it up completely. So let's go for a serious. Let's play the Clover at the start, but this is a game that's worth forgetting about. That's one of the things that we want to do with this game. My opponent will easily win this. There's nothing that I can do. I haven't played the baby, which is just a major part of your damage, and playing 2 cost is simply not good enough anymore. I forgot that I need to play baby on that backlane Axie. In the last update I was easily able to play this team because you had enough energy, right? You had 3 energy to start with, and you can mess around with that. So little crap to start with. It does only deal a bunch of damage, and then a jelly tackle, and then I probably go for the Tiny Dino, but there's no way I can win this, because he does have double Oranda, just 1 Koi, double Oranda, risky fishes, telescopes, A lot of stuff happening around here. But let's not make this too long. Let's just surrender. See whether the ranking has been reset. I don't think they have reset that yet. No, not quite yet. So we'll see how that progresses, but I think with a little bit of experience, I think this is a good change. So not seeing the shield cards, not seeing the secret cards and the scaling system at the start should be a good change. Let me guys know what do you think about that in the comment section down below. With that being said, I will see you in the next one.